Of course, we're here at Shisa Nyama village, just in Bugorobe, at a very, very interesting event, where the Pirates Rugby Club are launching a jersey. I mean, on top of all the other noise that they are making in different aspects, they keep bringing some new kit for the people. But of course, my name is Ruben Kihumuro here with some distinguished gentlemen. And I'm going to just let them introduce themselves, because I have a history of fumbling introductions, starting, of course, with the elder, I should say. I'm sorry if you're not the elder, but let us go with that,
Well, don't let my gray beard fool you. I think I did this morning for this big interview. I'm a young man. Yeah, hi. So my name is James B. Arohanga. Currently the vice chairman of Pirates, the Stanbic Black Pirates Rugby Club. Yeah, and I'm an elder.
An elder. On this other side, clad in a very interesting jersey.
Hello everyone, I'm Daniel Avasa. I'm the fans coordinator for the Stanbic Black Pirates Rugby Football Club. And I'm glad to be on Fatcats.
But before we even get into so many questions, guys, I'll start with you actually. How does it feel to be at such an occasion where I'm not shy to say that you guys have really positioned yourselves as trendsetters when it comes to different dynamic things that are happening in Uganda rugby, and now we are seeing a jersey launch party. I mean, back in the day, when would you hear about a jersey launch party? You'd be lucky to have a jersey, let alone 2 jerseys, but now a jersey launch party. How does it feel to be in this position, and also having to contribute for the club in such a manner?
I think for me, it's a testament of how far rugby has come, but also it's a testament of us as a club, how willing we are to risk and take new initiatives. A lot of times, if you notice, you who has been in rugby for a while, it has been a lot of copy and paste. What one club does, other clubs do. So it's good that we're taking initiative. And other clubs also trying to maneuver these murky waters of rugby. But it's a good thing that we're here. Of course, it's rare that you have all the sponsors available. Today you'll be seeing a lot of our partners. Hopefully we'll be able to hear from them, a few words from them. But also it's nice that the fans, today we have the fans, we have you, the media, and we have the players around. I think that describes the rugby community.
Yeah, but of course, what particularly inspired this idea? I know you guys had a launch yesterday, but then having a party as well to further add to the launch. What really inspired this?
So our main partners are Stanbic Bank. Our main partners are Stanbic Bank.
Yeah.
And as a bank, of course, they had what was their idea for their launch. And we want to thank Stanbic Bank because for the last many years, it has been our partner through, I think maybe year 8. I'm not very certain of the number, but it's year 8. And so it's a testament of their belief in us, but also they were the ones who paid for the jerseys themselves. We signed a new sponsorship deal, maybe which we'll expound on later. And so they had their launch the way they wanted to have it at their premises, which was a good thing. But us as ExCom and also as fans, we thought maybe it's better if we included every stakeholder, not just Stanbic Bank, but even Aquafina is one of our partners, and that way it creates a good synergy. Yeah, I think that was the idea.
But of course, you talked about one thing, that partners. And as I look at the jersey, there are a plethora of branding on it. We have Aquafina here as well. Can you tell us what the story is about Pirates and how they're able to garner so many partners on board, especially in a sport where it is very hard to get partnerships?
Yeah. Well, I think first of all, to expand on what Daniel was saying, is that from a Black Pirates perspective, we look at rugby from a completely different angle. We like to call it on and off pitch. So we think that rugby is not just about running with the ball. It's about the community. And the community has stakeholders. It has sponsors and partners. It has the fans. It has the ExCom. It has the trustees. It has also well-wishers. So we think about from a more holistic perspective, which is basically how do you get all the stakeholders involved in growing the sport and growing the lifestyle. Now, maybe several other people don't see it that way about sport, but sports is really entertainment. It's lifestyle, and it can be a career. So we're attempting to look at rugby from a much bigger picture than what happens on the pitch. Yes, not always do the results on the pitch reflect the effort that is put in, but from where we stand is that we're going for the long play.
Yeah.
And the long play in our side is we're looking at the age grade programs. We have a huge ambition around the age grade program. We have a massive ambition around community in terms of like CSR. So we have a huge effort that we're putting behind the career side of things for the players, also for the fans. So we are thinking about it from a much bigger perspective, not just the game that's played. Now, when you think about stuff from that kind of bird's eye view, what you tend to see is that the effort has to go into the different angles that can make this thing work.
Yeah.
Now, it's an expensive sport.
Yeah, it is.
We run a 60-man squad, just like many of the other clubs. And you can barely survive going through a season without reaching 400, 500 million expenditure. That's quite some sizable amount of cash.
Yeah.
But to even do the things we want to do, we need to be thinking about $1 billion shillings in a year. Now, that can be realized from either raising money or reducing your costs.
Yeah.
So our approach to partnerships is in those two directions. Maybe 2+1. So you're saying we look at partners who can give us contributions, including revenues, or partners who can help us reduce our costs. But ultimately, it's the same goal. And then on the third angle, the +1, is basically now looking at partners who can impact the community.
Yeah.
So our approach, if you look at the number of logos that we have, and I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but this is not all the logos we're going to see in the next jerseys, right? We probably are going to have to end up with a training kit that has several brands that are not even on the main kit. We're going to end up with a fans kit that has completely different brands because we are aggressively pushing brands that can work with us. Maybe just to conclude on the issue of partners and brands, and honestly, I think we haven't scratched the surface on how far we want to go. But some of the things that we are really aggressively pursuing is giving value to our brand.
Yes.
Right? So Pirates has a very vibrant fan base. We control the social media conversation in terms of rugby. Some guys also, come in there, but we're the banter masters as it is at the moment. But at the same time, we control a lot of the trend setting, like you mentioned. Now, because of that means that we're able to actually have a very significant impact on what we can bring to the brands. So look at Scanvic, our main sponsor. What can we do for them that can improve on their product delivery? Okay. If you look at Rock Telecom, company I'm involved with at the same time, is we have products that are well targeted into this kind of fan base. And the story goes on, whether it is Treadlands, whether it is Aquafina, whether it is Black, every one partner, whether it's Core, we actually can position them to benefit from not just this community that is Pirates, but like-minded communities, and that basically gives them value for being partners with us.
Okay, and I think you read my mind because I was going to ask you that, of course, in a sport where we have seen so much, we have a lot of sponsors coming and but a lot of sponsors leaving. How you're able to provide value and keep them happy, but you've given an answer to that. So let's just get right into it. What was the story behind the conceptualization first of the jersey and also the whole story to up to this point where we are having this launch?
Yeah. First of all, it's a bit late.
Yeah.
We had a season recently where some fans from across a given river were attacking us about having worn the same jersey for 3 seasons and stuff like that. It was a bit late. But a lot of it was deliberate. One is we wanted to include the partners in the look and feel of the new jersey. Two, we also wanted to kind of push the boundaries with our design. If you look at the design, it's quite an aggressive design.
Yeah.
And that also talks to the ambition of the club, right? We're not trying to settle for less, right? The history of the Black Pirates, at some point we had no logo on the jersey. Then we had maybe one logo. By the time we are now getting to this level, we're getting into a more aggressive design, and a more futuristic design. We're also talking to what you say the market leaders in terms of partnership, Tessen, who basically runs the Samurai brand for Africa is our partner. So the quality is also guaranteed. So a lot of things kind of took time to fall in place for us to come through with it. And we went through several iterations of the designs, some which were really, really dope, but maybe also not the right brand fit. So again, the story of partnerships is that we are Black Pirates. So black and white is really our color. But then our partner is standard. Is blue, right? Then we've got other partners with different colored brands. So being able to think about how do we make this jersey a brand fit that represents the partners. Also, this kind of takes time. Yeah? So I think the most important thing is that we went for a futuristic design, went for a right quality design, went for the right partners in terms of making the material, making the right designs, and also we've had this jersey for some time, by the way. Yeah? We had it even before the end of the 15th season.
Oh,
yeah. But there's no better time to unveil it than just ahead of our Ujumba Sevens, which is basically the crown of the jewel in terms of the 7 series in Uganda. We're still able to pull off the best sevens and the best vibe. So we felt like the right timing to unveil it was getting into Ujumba Sevens.
Yeah, and I thought that was actually very interesting. But we are coming to the Ujumba Sevens, and this is now an open-ended question to anyone who cares to respond. Do you guys wish to share the details on maybe how much it costs to bring the 2 jerseys in, but also, ideally, when you look at the jersey, what are the dynamics around it for people that want to purchase a jersey as well?
You want to start with the cost?
Cost and maybe where it was made from, plus the price for the jersey.
Well, the jerseys were made from Tessen.
Yeah.
I believe they have a factory in Asia. Because the lead time for shipment was around 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
The costs, I can't really go into the details because other people might be being charged more. Then they are going to stress our guys. But I can speak to the pricing. So we have 2 jerseys, by the way. We've got what we're calling the premium replica, which is the player's quality.
Okay.
Kind of what he's wearing. Yeah. This one, some people might never buy jerseys again, but we'll see about that. But then we also have a fans replica, which is a slightly different design, maybe a lighter material, and of course more cost effective. So the fans replica jersey, we're calling it standard, is 150,000.
Okay.
And then the players replica is 200,000. That can also give you an idea towards what kind of the costing looks like.
Yeah, definitely. But so, Ujumba Sevens, what should we expect? I know I'd invited you for our Monday space and you ghosted me.
I did ghost you, but the details of that, for my reason, will be stay between the two of us. Well, Ujumba Sevens is here. Ujumba Sevens always comes at the perfect time. Whether it's the first, whether it's the third, whether it's the last, it always comes at the perfect time. We've been through 3 7 series.
Circuits,
yes. Chadondo, Gulu, and Entebbe. Paris has been making the quarters in all of them. We have seen some new boys. I'm sure you've noticed the Jambo. Those are guys coming through the ranks. Alan Karango has been injured. Also, he was able to play the last circuit. And so we've been building towards that. Some of our players, of course, have been resting. And I think they'll be back. I don't know. The coach knows who will select. And that's up to you. But on the other side, like you mentioned, our brand is not purely the rugby that's played on the pitch, but it's also the experience that we sell, especially to the newer fans, to make them feel at home. And Ujumba Sevens has been known to sell the best experience. So going into the weekend, you can know that you're going to have one of the best experiences of all the 7 circuits that we have been through, or maybe the rest that you're going to be able to see. And for many years now, it will have become the benchmark for what a 7 circuit should feel like. Although even us, we feel, like you mentioned earlier, we have not scratched the surface. We know we can do much better. So moving forward, we should see improvements.
Do you think the jersey will be added motivation for the players?
Okay, I think the legacy of Ujumba Sevens is already motivational now. Now let's speak a little bit towards. There have been some questions and concerns about the lineup options in the first 3 circuits. If you follow rugby, you realize that 7 circuits is one of those places where you tend to bring out emerging players because it's an experience type of sport. It's quick, it's good thinking, it's too many rules, to fast interpretation and stuff like that. So we've had an opportunity to actually test out the youngins. Well, mostly the young ones. Not the regular lineup that everyone is aware of. And that's given us also a feel of the future, right? If you look at even the artwork behind us right now, you'll notice that it's not the senior players that you're seeing as the models.
It's the first thing I actually noticed when I came in.
This is also deliberate. We if you notice even the video that we use for the unveiling, if you looked at the press launch yesterday, we are talking to the future. We are deliberately talking to our next generation stars, right? And we've had a chance to test them out, and see amazing performances from them, right? Yes, they fall short sometimes because, again, the experience starts to come in.
Yeah.
But again, it's a series. It's not one second. So, towards the on-pitch conversation, I believe that we'll see a bit of a mix-up this weekend. We have an opportunity to field two teams.
Why do I have a feeling that the Avengers are coming back?
Well, I mean,
you guys don't like losing at home.
Yeah, I mean, generally, no one likes losing.
Yeah.
But losing at home is even added, salt in the wound.
Yeah.
But we've got an opportunity to. I think one of the biggest decision points, for example, for the Entebbe Sevens was, what do you do with these young boys who are already starting to shine? And you bring in some of the more regular players. Are you going to bench them? How is that for their morale?
Yeah.
When will they learn? But this weekend we have an opportunity to play two teams. So we have the sailors who are invited. We have the main Pirates team. So I think we might see a bit of a mix-up. A more interesting mix-up of players. And that goes to the on-pitch conversation. We really want to have the hottest on-pitch circuit this year. And I think we will get there. The second side is the off-pitch, right? Which is, again, what you're asking, what do we see, what do we anticipate this weekend to look like? We're going for a different setup from last year's. We're going to have a wide range of entertainment to be unveiled tomorrow and the day after. We think it's going to be really a vibe. And we're thinking about the VIP experience, the normal experience. We're thinking about the food court. We're thinking about, the whole shenanigans. We expect to see a lot of Sunrise Cup players. Sunrise Cup on our side is the members who watch the game, the 2 days in the same cloth. But
luckily there are two jerseys, so you can get black and blue.
And the showers work.
And the showers work.
So we think, despite the fact that it's placed in the middle it's right in the middle. It's the halfway point. And I think it's still going to be a great vibe. To me, one of the most exciting things is that the last three circuits have had three different winners. Meaning that the door is not closed. There's still a lot of rugby playing. There's still an opportunity to come in and shake it up with whoever is on top of the table right now. We're in fifth place at the moment, but I believe that by the end of Rujumba, we shouldn't be in fifth place. We'll probably be slightly above.
And finally, I have three questions. One for you, two for you. My final question to you, Mr. Biaru, is that the home of Pirates is Kings Park Arena. Why are we having this celebration at Shisanyama?
So the first thing I say today, we play on pitch and off pitch. Right? We believe that Pirates is beyond Kings Park Arena. We believe that the Pirates way is everywhere, right? If you looked at the membership packages we pushed out recently, for example, is that we're actually working on a member's pin, the way you see the Rotary pin, so that we can identify a pirate anywhere we go. Right? We want the fraternity to be bigger than just come and watch the game and that's the end of it. In the morning when you wake up, we want you to feel that you're a pirate and live like you're a pirate. If I run into you on the street, if I don't know, I say, oh, you're a pirate. So we immediately can connect at that level, right? So for us, we don't feel like we are confined to one location. We are everywhere. And another thing we're doing, this is now free for everyone else who's competing with us, that we're opening chapters of fan bases across the whole country.
That's interesting.
So we will have Pirates in Gulu, Pirates in Bara.
I know Pirates cover is already there.
Some of it is here. So the idea is that we would rather have to invest in, for example, video coverage, with, say, maybe in partnership with Kao or NBS or whoever it is, and our fans in Barra can watch our games live in a fan park kind of location in Barra, right? So that the idea is that we are no longer confined to one location and everything we do must be in that location. No, we want to make sure that we take the brand around. We recruit more. It makes his job a lot easier. And honestly, you'll see us popping up with like a fan viewing in Makere, you know, for a given game. The guys who cannot come to Kings Park should not miss out on the idea of Pirates in Barra. So this is an extension of that kind of mentality.
Okay. At some point, we'll talk about the membership package, but not today, or not at least on this interview. Danny, what's that one thing that you tell someone watching this to give them an added push for them to purchase the new jersey or the new jerseys?
As I mentioned earlier on the NBS, on NTV at 5. The material of this jersey is special. That's 3 components. 30% polyester, 40% Pirates, and the other 30% is boyfriend, girlfriend material. So when you get it, you're getting boyfriend or girlfriend material. If you've been having doubts about your partner, please, this is the time. We're heading towards the festive season and this may be a present for them. But no, what this jersey does for you is that, like you mentioned, it gives you a sense of identity. I don't know how many times I've put on my replica, and when I'm elsewhere in the country, and you know I travel quite a lot with him, he does the travels outside.
And I wear my jersey too.
And you also wear your jersey too, But the fact that you can be identified by your replica, it kind of gives you a greater happiness, a greater joy that you can't get from any other shirt that you could put on anywhere else. And it's lovely that it's now an identity that can be seen across the board. So, I mean, if you put on your replica, please, those who are watching, kindly get yourselves these new replicas. They're now on sale. You mentioned 200 and 150. And, you'll be able to be notified or seen wherever you'll be, whether it's at your workplace or your social service.
Okay, maybe one other thing that is, I think is very critical, and it's also at the center of why we're doing this event, is that funding the club has several channels, right?
Yeah. Very important.
We've got the sponsors and partners. We have some debt collections. We have the membership fees. But merchandise is one of the angles that we fund the club.
Yeah.
So by actually buying the jersey, is that you're contributing to the funds that actually go to running the club. So
the player welfare,
the player welfare is part of it, and just even the organizational, processes.
Yeah.
You think about, and I was just teasing guys and saying the Kabale Sevens, for example. Yeah. If a team is coming from Mbali, you know what I mean, or like Gulu, who's now in the core, they have to play Kabale. You have to come to Kampala and go all the way down to Kabale and then do that journey back. Yeah? How can you afford this as a club, right? So being able to push out replicas and merchandise. Replicas is just one element, but we're going to have a huge array of merchandise. Something that you might not know, but we've been talking about lately, is that on our side, as we've launched a private limited company called Pirates Enterprises, which is going to be conducting business on behalf of the rugby club. Okay. And one of the items that we're doing for business is the merchandise. And merchandise is not going to be limited to the replica jerseys only. It is these cups. It is, actual cups for drinking. It is goodies. It is, every different element that the brand can continuously go out because we want to increase the revenue channels that can come and fill the gap between the sponsored money as well as the total budget requirement and give us some little money for a rainy day that, for example, if we wanted to play friendly with a Kenyan team, there is some money.
Okay. Makes sense. And of course, my final question is, Rujumba Sevens. The people out there, how much are they paying entrance, 1 day, 2 days, the breakdown and how they can pay?
First of all, we won't be paying through our FlexiPay, which is partners.
Yeah.
On the pricing, don't know the what, 0 down on 10,000.
So it's,
very important for people's budgets.
No. Okay. So it's 15,000.
Okay.
Per day. If you buy a 2-day pass, it's 20K.
Okay.
The VIP is 50 pounds.
No discount for VIP guys.
Well, discounts, depending on how our sponsor feels, there could be a FlexiPay flash sale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, at the moment, those are the standard prices, and they're already up in the platform.
But of course, we're here at Shisanyama Village, just at the Pirates jersey launch. So for those that can, that are watching this, make sure you get yourself a jersey, black or blue. And for those that are supporting Pirates, just make sure you make your way to Kings Park Arena on the weekend. But also, if you have some time over the course of the week or weekend, you can always come and visit Shisanyama. Otherwise, thank you for being part of this mini podcast, I should call it, with some two very, very distinguished. I don't know if I should call you Ultra Pirates, but Ultras. I know an Ultra called George Sendifa, but that's a story for another day. All right, guys, cheers.